Hey, 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 let's do some Diddy diving, huh? I wonder if this is going to be the last Diddy video. I wonder. Let's do some Diddy diving. We're going to do a little bit different these days, though. We're going to ask about the outcome of this case, the outcome of the case. All right. So in my last reading, I said that Diddy was going to get a new legal team or a new addition to the legal team, some kind of switch around with the legal team. What I was picking up that I didn't quite have the words to articulate was what happened today, right? What happened today is that all of the charges have been rearranged, and some of them dismissed and some of them not dismissed. But what it was is that his attorneys were doing some kind of a deal for him in the background. And that's what I was picking up in that previous reading. So it's not that he was getting a new legal team. It's that his legal team was going in a new direction. Okay, so all of that to be said, I got these cards here in front of me, and as it stands right here, right now, this very minute today, this is what these cards have to say. Now, energy is fluid and things change, but as it stands right here, right now, today, we open with the Hangman in reverse. This is a hung jury. Resistance, delays, stalling. It's a hung jury. To the Ace of Swords, some clarity. This is decisions. This is thought processes, right? So a hung jury. Seven of Swords in reverse. This is breaking free of a futile mentality. And then the Five of Cups comes on top of it and talks about loss, regret, despair, and disappointment. Okay? So as we go through this reading, it's so interesting. As we go through this reading, there is a struggle here in this reading about the jury wanting to convict Diddy on something, but not being 100% sure that there is anything to convict him on. Okay, that's kind of the theme of this reading right here. So we have some of the collective energy of the jury pool here, right there. They want to convict him of something with the Five of Cups, right? They want to. But the Seven of Swords in reverse says they have to break free of a futile mentality. What's that? It's the Ace of Swords. It's the truth. Right? The truth of the matter. They can't, emotions are not logical, right? They have to go by the evidence. And I think a lot of people on this jury are saying, down with Diddy, down with Diddy, down with Diddy. And then you have that one person who at the end of this reading, I do believe there has been some jury tampering. I do believe with all of my heart, there has been some jury tampering, but nevertheless, okay? I do believe that there's one person that is the holdout, okay? All right, the Queen of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse talks about emotional codependency, and then and it also refers to this Five of Cups here, right? Everybody feeling bad towards Diddy, but nevertheless, not bad in a sympathetic way, but having angst, emotional angst towards Diddy, right? Because these people think that he needs to pay for something, but the facts are the facts and the facts are the facts, okay? And the Four of Cups comes on top of this and talks about more emotional contemplation, reconsidering, taking some other things into consideration, because the guy in this card, right, he's got his emotions made up. This cup, and this cup. This is the way it is. This is the way I feel. This is the way that it is. And then the Fourth cup says, but you're not considering this. And I do believe that's what the holdout with this one, maybe two people is, but definitely one person is, yeah, you may feel this way, you may feel this way, you may feel this way, but the facts are the facts are the facts. Look to the Chariot in reverse. Nobody can move forward. Nobody can move forward because a majority of them feel like Diddy needs to be convicted of something, and there is the holdout Chariot in reverse, stop, hard stop, right? No forward momentum. That keeps arguing. Take your emotions out of the situation and just look at the facts. And then the Two of Pentacles in reverse comes on top of this and talks about imbalanced, unequal. And that's why there's a hard stop with the Chariot in reverse, because there is not a balance in the jury. Hence, hung jury with the Hangman in reverse is the first card out. Two of Swords. Everybody's at a crossroads. No one can come to an understanding or terms. Look, Eight of Swords in reverse, new perspectives. They're at a crossroad for a new perspective because they're not agreeing on the whole thing. What's the problem here? What is the biggest aspect of this jury being hung up? Empress in reverse. This is codependency, okay? This represents all of the women who have testified against Diddy. All in one card right there, okay? This codependence, 10 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, okay? All of the women that testified against Diddy put up with the shit that Diddy did to them because they were getting something that they wanted in exchange. Straight up. Did he traffic them? Probably. Did he do across state lines with smexy workers? Yeah, probably. But the fact of the matter is that Diddy gave these women something in exchange for what he did to them. Sorry to say. Even if it was coercion, even if it was all the bad stuff that is entwined in all of that, the fact of the matter is that any one of these women could have stopped doing what they were doing, but they didn't because they were getting something of value in exchange for it. And that is the hang-up of the jury. The jury cannot seem to get over that. They want to punish him, right, for that, but there is no legal bindings to do that. Okay? All right. Okay, so King of Cups in reverse in the center of the reading. The King of Cups is the sign of Cancer, okay? There is a new moon. It was today at 3:30 something a.m. today, June 25th, okay? Wednesday, June 25th, all right? This new moon in Cancer, I'm just going to read this to you from AI, okay? Because I think that's okay. I don't think I'm copying anybody, okay? So, the new moon on June 25th, 2025 falls in the zodiac sign of Cancer. It's considered especially significant due to its alignment with Jupiter. This conjunction amplifies the energy of new beginnings, intuition, and emotional nurturing associated with Cancer, while Jupiter adds a layer of luck, optimism, and expansion. The new moon also forms challenging aspects with Neptune and Saturn, suggesting a need for clarity and groundedness amidst potential emotional and structural challenges. Okay? Now, challenges from Neptune and Saturn. Neptune in Aries forms a square to the new moon, potentially clouding judgment and leading to impulsive decisions. Saturn in Aries also squares the new moon, highlighting the need to address structures that support or hinder emotional growth. Okay, so we have a jury that is going to be in the schmear of this new moon in Cancer with all of this emotional upheaval going on inside of them in their own personal aspects and in regards to this whole situation. So we have all these jurors struggling with the new moon in Cancer, all right? Now, Hermit in reverse comes on top of this. This Hermit in reverse talks about withdrawal, isolation, loneliness. What I say, deliberation, right? So while these jurors are deliberating, they are going to be struggling with a need to reconcile structure and judgment while also balancing their volatile emotions about the situation, amplified by 50 with the new moon in Cancer. All right, Star in reverse. The Star in reverse talks about loss of faith, lack of direction. And then the Nine of Swords in reverse comes on top of it and talks about anxiety, despair, up at night, worried, can't make a decision, crossroads with the Two of Swords, hard stop with the Chariot in reverse, hung jury with the Hangman in reverse. So they are deliberating, and they have all this emotional energy happening from astrology, and all of them are really struggling because, as fucked up as it was what he did to the women who testified against them, the facts of the matter remain that there is really nothing from a legal standing that can be done about it. All right. The Fool, brand new beginning, brand new journey, brand new direction, and the Devil. This reiterates that they don't want Diddy to get off. They don't want Diddy to get off, even if there isn't federal evidence that he should go to prison for the rest of his life. They don't want to see him walk free, and hence the emotional context of this situation, right? So, brand new beginning, brand new journey, Diddy walking. The Devil, they don't want him to walk because he's fucked up, right? And they want him to pay. But there's the one holdout that says we cannot put our emotions into the facts. All right. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, stuck. Look to the King of Cups in reverse, emotional volatility. They are stuck. They cannot come to terms and reason with each other. Stuck. And then here they come. The World and the Star. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. The World and the Star. Tell me about this. Messages, new beginnings, new cycles, the Star complete. The Moon in reverse. Tell me about this. Okay, so Knight of Cups, the World, the Star, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. The majority of this jury, if not all of them except for one, okay, they already know what they want. They already know what their decision is, and they're ready to deliver. Most of these people going into deliberation already know what they believe about the whole situation. Okay? So the people, the jury, they already know, except for the holdout. Okay? And look, there's the Ace of Cups in reverse. There's the one person who says, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay? All right. And for those who don't know, Knight of Cups is a message. Okay? The World is the closure. Closure, new cycle, new day, new beginning, coming to court, doing the verdict, okay? The Star is renewal, and let's get on with life. And then the Ace of Cups in reverse says, oh, hold up though. What's the problem? Well, it's the Moon in reverse. The Moon in reverse is a struggle between what you know to be true and what you don't want to accept as the truth, okay? What these people know to be true is that Diddy deserves some kind of something. Okay? What they don't really want to accept as the truth is that they don't have the legal ground by which to execute some kind of punishment towards Diddy. Okay? The Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse talks about manipulation. Okay? They know. I do believe that this one holdout is jury tampering. I think it's a jury plant. I think it's somehow, some way is why they closed it down today. Everybody's rested, right? Nobody has anything to say because there's backdoor deals going on right here, right? I believe that they either absolutely have tampered with the jury, or the whole damn thing is corrupt, and one juror has been instructed to be the holdup, so it's a hung jury, and everything goes out the window. I swear, yeah, everything goes out the window because Diddy buckled somehow and told them what they wanted to know at the last hour. Okay, so manipulation. Okay, and then temperance. Okay, so this is saying that the person, the holdout person, is telling everybody that they have to temper themselves. They have to temper their emotions because they can't make decision based on emotion. Six of Cups in reverse talks about unresolved issues, and the Sun in reverse talks about not seeing clearly. Unresolved issues, not seeing clearly. What is that? They're at a crossroads with each other. They don't have, they're not agreeing. They're not agreeing at all. And then the sun comes on top of this and talks about seeing crystal clear, crystal clear, seeing absolutely crystal clear that this holdout person is trying to pave the way for Diddy's freedom. Yep, it's what these cards say. The holdout person is paving the way for Diddy's freedom. To the Nine of Pentacles, independent, self-sufficient Diddy, right? Getting out of jail, or at least getting off the hook for some things. To the Four of Cups, this person's job is to convince everybody else that there is no ground to convict the way that the feds want to convict. Nine of Wands, resilience, persistence, fighting the good fight. 10 of Wands, burden and struggle. These guys are really going to hash it out. They're really going to hash it out with each other. The High Priestess in reverse to the King of Pentacles in reverse. But the pigeon, the mule that's in the mule that's planted in all of this, right? King of Pentacles in reverse, controlling. He's the controller. He is the controller, because if everybody doesn't agree, nobody agrees. The High Priestess in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Controlling, not seeing. The High Priestess in reverse is about things being hidden. Someone in there is a plant. To the Two of Cups, they're either a plant or they were totally cool and then everybody came and said, hey, this is what we're going to do now. So you hang up the jury and it all goes away and we can start over and do what it is that we agreed to in the back door. Okay. Two of Cups, right? This person, this holdout person, is in union. They are in partnership with one or both of, with either the defense side or the prosecution side or both sides, okay? So there is some kind of fuckery going on here. The Five of Swords in reverse talks about letting go of a white knuckle grip on a win at all cost mentality. What's that? Well, it's the Eight of Cups in reverse. These people want Diddy to go down. They want to convict him of something that the holdout person is vehemently, adamantly not allowing. Okay? This is the jury delivering their verdict. Okay? The real verdict. King of Swords, look, it's the decision. It's the decision, death, that brings an end to it all. The Six of Swords. Six of Swords talks about Diddy leaving the situation differently than he came into the situation. Five of Wands in reverse. This is the avoidance of conflict, right? So they're all conflicted, and they are abandoning their emotions for their intellect. And that decision results in Diddy's favor somehow. Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. A message, and the Ace of Wands is a new beginning. So I do believe, back to the very first card, that there is going to be a hung jury. And Diddy's going to get a new chance at something here because he's made some kind of deal with the prosecution, last minute ditch deal with the prosecution because he knew he was going to jail. Nevertheless, he did a midnight deal, and that's exactly what the prosecution was planning. So in the end, they win because they pushed it to the very end, and Diddy was looking at doing some jail time, or he was looking at giving them what it is that they want. And in the end, Diddy gave them what they want. And that was the previous reading that I did when I said that there was going to be a shakeup in his legal team. It's not so much that someone was being replaced as much as someone was going in a different direction. They were creating something new for the defense. Okay? Got all that going on right there, right? Right on. So, where was I? Bottom of the deck, okay? Again, Nine of Pentacles. Independent, self-sufficient, doing his own thing, getting out of jail. The Tower. An absolute implosion. Absolute implosion in the courtroom, in the whole everything, in the jury particularly, behind closed doors, implosion. Why? Because they can't convict on the emotional aspect of this. They have to convict on the evidence of it. And it changes everything, and it goes in a different direction. 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled, comfort, happiness, satisfaction. Diddy's going to be happy. The Ace of Cups, happy. The Page of Wands, a new opportunity, a new lease on life. Why? The World in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, because the person that is in control, the one person that is holding out for all of this, could be more, but there's definitely one person that has perhaps convinced another one or two, holding out, the controller, controlling things, put a stop to to this world, to everybody coming in and saying, oh yeah, hell yeah, he's guilty. Guilty, 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 guilty. Oh, hold up. Maybe not. That's him or her. The Emperor in reverse. This is Diddy. Egocentric, self-centered, narcissistic, and just a mess, right? Diddy and Judgment. Judgment. This person is the holdout, and because he is or she is the holdout, the judgment in the upright is going to be somehow in Diddy's favor. Doesn't mean that he's not going to get something, but he's not going to get most of it. And that's what these cards have to say. We'll see. Time will tell. Very interesting. That's what these cards have to say. Namaste. You are a soul having a human experience, not a human having a soul experience. You are a beautiful thread in the tapestry of universal order. You are ancient and never-ending. You have a purpose, this life experience has meaning, and you are important. Walk with me through the antiquated concepts of spiritual ascension with a step-by-step guidebook to help you find your higher self and mesh your consciousness with your soul's guidance to live with intention and purpose. This book is gender-neutral, religion-neutral, and judgment-free. It is a safe place to explore and expand your desire for growth and understanding. Straight talk that will challenge everything you think you know about this thing called life.